Hello, welcome back to the channel. And today I want to talk about why you may see your plane being sprayed before takeoff. This is actually a good thing. It's good news. If you've ever looked out your window of a plane and seen trucks spraying colored fluid all over your plane, you probably thought something was wrong. I'm Captain Paul, a 50-year commercial pilot, and I'm here to tell you why seeing that spray truck is actually great news for your safety. I'll explain. This is what's really happening. That fluid they're spraying isn't because something's broken. It's removing ice and snow from critical surfaces on your plane. It's called deicing fluid. Even a tiny layer of frost thinner than a credit card can disrupt airflow over the wing and affect lift and the ability of the plane to fly safely. We don't take chances with that. There are two types of deicing fluid you may see. There's type 1, it's usually orange or pink. It's mainly glycol, like your antifreeze. That's the heated de-icing fluid that removes any snow or ice that's already there. When it shoots out of the nozzle, it comes out at a high temperature, about 180 degrees Fahrenheit, and it blasts everything clean. There's another fluid, type 4 is a second type, and it's a de-icing fluid. It's generally a thick green fluid that prevents new ice from forming and gets rid of other stuff that's there. And that's used while we taxi. It's good while we taxi, wait for takeoff, and even when we roll down the runway. Think of it like Rain-X you use on your car, but for a whole airplane. If you're not familiar with Rain-X, it's a protective coating you can put on your car's windshield to keep raindrops from spreading across the glass and making it hard to see. With that coating, the water dissipates immediately. This type 4 fluid application essentially does the same thing and can last for a very long time, depending on the specific weather conditions. But when used within the established operational parameters, it guarantees that the airplane's surfaces, what it's sprayed on, will be free of ice and snow during takeoff, which is the most critical phase of flight in winter flying. Here's something the passengers don't realize. We pilots are watching this process like hawks. Before the engines start, usually, certified ground staff inspect and confirm the wings are clean, everything is clean. Then relay to us that in the cockpit, we can be assured that we've got a really clean airplane and it's ready to fly. Then we also have to record that de-icing procedure and make sure everything has been completed according to standards. We have specific holdover times. That's how long the fluid protects us based on the type of precipitation and the temperature. If we exceed that time, we actually have to go back and do it again. No exceptions, absolutely none. Here's a little story. I recall many years ago once having to de-ice 3 times in one night before takeoff during an approaching ice storm coming to Memphis. That was before there was the invention of type 4 fluid. In those days, the best we had was something called type 2 fluid that had a much shorter holdover time. And each de-icing procedure took between 20 and 30 minutes. That was a long night. Yeah, we were late, but you know what? We took off with a completely clean airplane. In my 50 years of flying, I've never seen a crew take off with contaminated wings. Nobody does that. The system works. Here's what you're actually seeing from your window seat. That truck has actually 2 booms operated by a trained technician who's done this probably hundreds of times. They start spraying it down at the highest point on the plane and work their way all the way down, making sure all the surfaces are clean. The whole process, generally takes about 10 to 15 minutes for a regular airplane, maybe longer for a big one. Sometimes they might even use 2 trucks to save time. Here's a little fun fact. De-icing fluid costs about $5 a gallon, and we might use 500 gallons on a big plane. That's $2,500 your airline is spending just to ensure your safety on one flight. They don't do that for fun. They do it because it's absolutely necessary. The green fluid looks weird, but it's designed to shear off cleanly when we roll down the runway, even before we get to takeoff speed. It all comes off at about 100 knots. Anything that accumulates that's still on the airplane slides right off and just falls off. All the snow and ice come off with it. It's actually brilliant engineering. So if you ever hear the captain say, "We're going back for another spray," don't groan and complain about the delay. That captain is doing exactly what I would do, ensuring absolute safety. I'd rather be 30 minutes late than compromise safety that's going to keep everybody alive if we do what we're supposed to do. So next time you see that de-icing truck, just relax. It means you have a professional crew that's following procedures to keep you safe. If you found this helpful, I have a free guide for nervous flyers in the description below. And if takeoff makes you anxious, I've also created a complete audio walkthrough that explains every sound and sensation. What other winter flying concerns do you have? Let me know in the comments section. After 50 years of all-weather flying, I've seen it all. Well, until we talk again, safe travels.